But Sylvester Stallone was delusional enough to follow his instincts and say, nope, I'm going to be the main character and succeed at it. That's how much confidence he had while he was homeless. I know he was homeless, but I'm not sure if it was during this exact moment, but I think he was. You see the amount of confidence it takes to believe in yourself that much, to do something like that, to do something that extreme, to believe in yourself that much? I think that's really cool. So I don't know what I noticed about ultra successful people. After analyzing, their stories, how they made it, all the adversity they had to overcome, I've noticed that a common element that they all have is the element of delusional confidence. What I mean by this is they all have an element of confidence that's like unreasonable. It's like despite their current circumstances, the circumstances that they were facing at the time, they just had an unwavering and delusional amount of belief in themselves or their skill sets in order to turn their dreams into a reality. Now, before I go ahead and share a few examples of these people, let's compare what I just said there to the average person. The average person's amount of confidence in his or herself is very conditional. It's almost entirely dependent on the circumstances that this individual is facing in their life. The circumstances are working well in their favor, they're confident. The circumstances are kind of horrible, things don't seem to go their way, they're very unconfident. But you see, my opinion on this is, to some extent, each and every one of us has conditional confidence. And that's to some extent though. Obviously it varies from one person to the other. Because at the end of the day, let's say you're a college student and you took this exam and you got a 65 or a 70 versus the other guy who walked out of the exam with like a 95. Obviously, the guy who walked out with a 95 is going to be way more confident than the guy who walks out with a 65. In that moment, I'm saying, not forever, just in that moment. So that's conditional confidence, which most people throughout life are like. But I personally, in my opinion, I don't know many people who have delusional confidence. Well, let's go through a few examples of famous people who've possessed that element of delusional confidence to turn their dreams into a reality. Let's take Sylvester Stallone. Now, Sylvester Stallone, a lot of you guys may know this, when he was writing the script for Rocky, he wrote it himself, by the way. He had written the script with the intention of himself as the main character in mind, right? The main guy. But then when he turned that script in, I don't know who he turned it into. Let's just say the producers, let's say whoever, New Line Cinema, whatever type of company, production company, that was available at the time, whoever it was, they rejected the script entirely at first, and they were just like, nope, we're not doing this. He somehow kept persisting and pushed them till eventually they gave in and said, okay, fine, we'll accept the script, but you're not going to be the main character in the movie. And then he pushed again until he eventually got what they wanted, to where they said yes to the movie, and they also said yes to him being the main character in the movie. Mind you, they rejected it completely at first, whether it was him or not him. Now, I don't know exactly what he did, but I do know that he was homeless for a decent amount of time. I think it was while he was writing the script, but there were so many things at stake in his eyes. And I already know the amount of bullshit excuses and whining and loser's mindset type of thoughts that the average person would have had in such a circumstance would have been completely different from his mentality. They would have been like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, man. They would have told their friends. Their friends would have been like, yeah, you're stupid. You should have taken that opportunity to make someone else be the main actor, but at least your script gets accepted. Oh, well, you're homeless now, man. What are you doing? But Sylvester Stallone was delusional enough to follow his instincts and say, nope, I'm going to be the main character and succeed at it. That's how much confidence he had while he was homeless. I know he was homeless, but I'm not sure if it was during this exact moment, but I think he was. You see the amount of confidence it takes to believe in yourself that much, to do something like that, to do something that extreme, to believe in yourself that much? I think that's really cool. I don't know of a single person. Like, I'm already thinking of people in my mind that I know who would make so many excuses if that were like a today scenario for, like, let's say for me or for someone else. Are you stupid? How would you not take that opportunity and insist that you're going to be the main actor even though you have no acting experience? It's still delusional confidence. It's what wanted. It's what got him what he wanted. That's one example. Let's take another example of Richard Williams. For those of you guys who don't know, Richard Williams is actually the father of Serena and Venus Williams in the movie King Richard. I mean, it's not just a movie. The movie is actually based on real life events. He's the father of those famous tennis players, now famous tennis players, Serena and Venus Williams. But before they were even born, he had a plan and an idea that he believed in so strongly, with unwavering and delusional confidence, that they will each become tennis stars before they were even born. How nuts is that? Before they were even born! Yet still, somehow he pulled it off. He planned. He wrote, I think it was a 70-page plan for total for both of his daughters before they were even born. He's like, they're going to become tennis champions. This is exactly how we're going to do it. They're going to do this, this, and this. This is going to be their training regimen. This is going to be blah, blah, blah. This is going to be media day where he trains them to be interviewed by the media. It's nuts. This guy went all out. So long story short, years later, that's exactly what happened. Even though he planned this from before they were born. Well, I call that, my friend, delusional confidence. The average person, if Richard Williams, right? King Richard, whatever you call him. If that had happened today, before he even had daughters, the average person is going to have so many excuses. Oh my goodness. And so many doubts. Are you sure you could do that? I'm not sure you could do that. How do you know they're going to be champions? How do you know they're going to be capable? They have to have good genetics. All this bullshit. Yet Richard Williams proved, real life example, that with the power of belief and delusional confidence, anything is possible. Another example, the artist The Weeknd, aka Abel Tesfaye. This man believed so much in his ability to sing that he dropped out of high school and was homeless with one of his friends. I think it was his best friends, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. Dropped out of high school and was homeless and risked it all just to bet on himself. You see, betting on yourself is a thing that most people just simply can't do. It's not that they can't do it. Everyone has the ability to do it, but most people are not willing to put that type of stakes on the line and risk like he did. But despite his circumstances, despite dropping out of high school and risking it all, he still believed in himself. And he wrote music when he was homeless, until eventually he did so well to the point where I think his music is the most streamed for any artist. And he's broken so many records. Blinding Lights, I think, is the most song ever played, if I'm not mistaken. All of this happened as a result of what was up here for him. His mindset, his mentality, his unwavering confidence, his delusional confidence. That's why he was able to turn his dreams into a reality. But no, most people are not like that. Most people, oh yeah, you're going to drop out of high school to do what? Oh my God, what if it doesn't work? Most of us are, like I said, conditioned through society, the school system, our parents, for failure. Failure mode, to live in plan B mode. What if this doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? People with delusional confidence, they believe more in their plan than in anything else, because they have that unwavering confidence. And they know that eventually they're going to make it. Eventually, God knows when, but eventually they're going to make it. So you see, I tell you these stories as a way to inspire you, not through just bullshit, but through real life examples of people who've had to demonstrate and be put to the test that they have delusional, unwavering confidence. And like I said earlier in the video, yes, delusional and unwavering confidence, yes, that's great. And also, to an extent, I'm saying, people are different. Each and every one of us has an element of conditional confidence. Meaning, just like I said, if you walked out of an exam with a 65 versus with a 95, obviously with a 95, you're going to go out way more confident. You're going to go and get some coffee after the exam, and you're going to speak to the coffee, the barista, with so much more confidence versus if you only get a 65. You're going to walk there like, hey, can I get a latte? Out loud and confident. You're going to have this swagger about you. Versus if you got a 65, you're gonna be so not confident. You're gonna be maybe second guessing yourself. Yeah, can I get a latte? You see the difference? But that's conditional. That's like situational. But generally speaking, try to tap into as much confidence as possible and have delusional confidence and just pretend, act as if. Just like in my videos about attracting women. If you act as if and you have delusional confidence and pretend that every woman like you, even though it's far from the truth, because no matter what you do, not every single woman's going to like you. But if you live with that mentality, every single woman I like likes me back. Every single woman I like likes me back. Every single woman I want wants me back. The way you approach these women is going to be way more confident and therefore way more bold. You're going to be coming from a place of confidence based on those assumptions of confidence within yourself. The way you act is going to be completely different because of that. And so try to apply that in everything in your life. Delusional confidence, not just with women. Not just with women, I'm saying. That's just one example. Everything. You know, here success here on YouTube, it requires delusion to some extent. What makes you think you, of all people, are going to have hundreds of thousands of people across the globe watching your content and paying for this, paying for that, paying for your coaching, paying for subscriptions? My delusional confidence. That's how you have to think if you want to be successful at it, or at anything, in my opinion. If you want to be really successful, you have to have delusional confidence. But yeah, I just thought it was super interesting because I was like analyzing certain trends I've noticed within ultra successful people, and this is like the trend. It's like they each have this element of unwavering delusional confidence. But I hope you take this as inspiration to find ways to be delusionally confident, and if you're not there yet, just try to work on that thing or those things that you're naturally good at until eventually you become delusionally confident in such a way where people can't ignore you, where you're just seen, you're heard, you're appreciated, you're compensated, whatever it is. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications for the new videos. And yeah, man, I'll see you in the next one, dude. Peace.